Hey y'all, this is Janine from the North Columbus branch. Today I'm going to share how to make a springtime doodle. I'll play a time-lapse video first of me creating one. That way you can just see the really quick version of it, but then if you want more details after that time-lapse video, I'll give a little bit more of an explanation. I'm going to show you 4 different types of vines that you can draw. The first 3 start with a spine. Just any sort of line, any type curve or angle that you want to make it. Drawing this first helps give your vine shape and lets you know exactly how it'll turn out at the end. So the very first one I do are these that have leaves on both sides of that spine. They're the same size going all the way from the base to the end. And I just fill this in all the way up, ending with 1 or 2 right at that end there. The second one, again, starts with a spine. You can do these straight or at an angle. But this time when I add the leaves, I'm going to vary the size going up. So I'll start pretty large at the bottom and then make them smaller and smaller. Ending usually with just 1 right up there. And then the third and final vine that has a stem on it, I like to put a little bit more curl or curly-Q on these, and then just add leaves on one side of it. You can vary the size on these. I tend to keep them mostly the same, except for the last one I'll make a little bit smaller. The fourth type of vine that I'm going to show you does not have that stem to start with. It's something that you just have to sort of imagine in your mind. But what's nice is if you need it to go at a certain shape that you weren't predicting, it has a little more flexibility. So this one, I start again with the larger leaves, and then I work my way up, getting smaller as I go. I'm starting pretty straight, but if I want to, I can start to make these curve around a little bit. However, I see my project needs some filler. And then usually just ending, sometimes with just a little dot by the end. And especially if I'm working with pens, sometimes by the top of the vine, those leaves are just going to be small enough to make a little circle or even fill in with some dots. So those are the 4 types of vines I use. After I've got those set, I add in some different embellishments, and again, I keep this really, really simple. The first one is just a couple of stems, something as easy as that, with little flower buds at the end. And that's as difficult as it gets. Besides that, I might just do a series of dots, or even little hearts. I've noticed that this pattern using either 3 or 4 dots works best. Alright, now I'm going to show you how to bring these different elements together to create a cute little art piece. So I just take a blank sheet of paper. I have been doing this with different tones of green on white paper. I love the idea of mixing it up though, especially if you're doing something more. I've been doing most of mine with green markers and green pens on white paper, but of course you can mix that up. It's fun to bring in different colors, especially if you're making something in the fall instead of the spring. So I'm just sort of going to picture having an oval or a circle on my paper. If you would like to use a pencil to sketch that out first, by all means you can, and then just come back and erase it. But I use the vines to sort of give that shape to my art. So again, I'm just doing something simple here where I have leaves going all the way up. And I'm sorry if my left hand gets in the way. It's hard to remember to draw for other people to see. Okay. Okay, I'm going to continue that same sort of shape going around this side. Okay, and I'm just going to continue to fill that in as I go. I like to have the vines face all sorts of different ways and not be exactly the same. I also don't want to really mirror one vine exactly on the other side. It ends up making it look too much like a clock. Gotta keep my hand out of the way there. Okay, you can kind of see this starting to take some shape. I've done this project outside in sidewalk chalk too. It's a fun way to kind of fill up a big area. Maybe you can make something cute in front of your house. Alright, I think I'm just going to add maybe one or so more. You can practice with overlapping them. You do have a bit of flexibility to come back in and make these different sizes however you need them to be. Okay, and then I'll just come back through and put some of those embellishments in. Again, just giving shape to that circle that I started with. And as you can see, I'm not having it be too exact. I like it to be a little more free-form. If you do want it to be exact, that is fine too. Might be best in that case to sort of sketch out the circle first. I like to keep it also the same, maybe 4 or 5 colors throughout. It sort of gives it a theme and makes it all cohesive. Alright. So there you can see I have an oval. If I were working on this, I may come back through and sort of balance out the colors that I have around. And then I like to come back in the middle and write a word, something like hello, or if you're doing this for Mom on Mother's Day, you can just write her name right there in the middle. And in that way you could bring it together to be a card or something for her. I'm going to attach some examples of other ones that I've done to this video. And that's it. Oh, I did forget something even better for Mom is to add just a few little hearts all the way around. And you can put those in wherever you feel like you need them. Sometimes I like to start by writing the word first. So in this case, I'm going to write grandma. And then I'm going to come back through and add embellishments to that. And again, starting with the vines, I like to do some on this side. Different colored greens again. We'll do some under here. And then those exact same embellishments that you've seen before, I'm just going to work them into this design instead. And I just realized I should turn this over for you. I'm so sorry about that. I'm sure that you get the idea though. Just add some color and fun to it. And whenever you feel like stopping, you can just whenever you get to a point where you like the look of it, you can stop, or you can continue going and fill in the whole page. Okay, well that's it. I hope you learned something today. Stay safe and sanitized.
We are springing into summer learning at the Chattahoochee Valley Libraries, and the program you just attended is one of the ways you can earn completions. Just go to cvlga.org and look for Spring into Summer Learning. You can register yourself and your family online, and then start reading and attending our online events. That's all you have to do. We're giving away weekly gift certificates, and every completion you make enters you into a grand prize drawing for tablets, games, gifts, and more. Remember, you have to register to win. cvlga.org, and we'll see you online again real soon.